Hey everybody, I just want to apologize real quick because at the time of editing this, I had realized that for Carnival Night Zone, Flying Battery Zone, and Ice Cap Zone, I never did any of the boss bios. All I did was the end stats. I never did any of the boss stuff, so what you are about to see is all the stuff from that. All like the mini boss and boss bios and a little bit of commentary from them, for them. Alright, here we go. As I said before, this is Bowling Spin. He is the mini-boss of the Carnival Night Zone. He is not really too bad. It's really just a test of how fast you can really do it in. The spinning top will start spinning around. You have to jump into him when he's not electrified. He'll open himself up, and then you have to wait for the top to hit him. When he gets hit 4 times, he's done. The bottom and side of the top will hurt you, and you can fall off the bottom of the screen if you take too long. Using Insta-Shield is key here. This is the Graviton Mobile, the Zone Boss for Carnival Night Zone, of course. What he's going to do is he's going to fly around, kind of like above you in a way, and try to drop his green ball on you. He'll then go to it to pick it up try to pick it up, but first to try to magnetize you into it with electric bolts. If you have a lightning shield, the lightning bolts won't hurt you, only the ball. So you have a little bit of extra wiggle room there. After that, he'll bend down and pick up the ball, not bend down, but float down to pick up the ball. That's when you hit him. Otherwise, you use your Insta-Shield to jump to the bottom of his machine where the tiny green balls are, because otherwise they hurt you, but if you time your Insta-Shield right, they won't hurt you. Overall, time-consuming if you don't know what you're doing, quick boss if you do. And of course, who could forget Gapsule, the easiest boss in the game, especially if you have Supersonic. Stand on the middle of him, when he flashes, spin dash off him, he'll hit himself, do 6 times over, and you beat him. This is probably the easiest boss in the game, but it takes up time because you have to wait for him to hit himself, so if you're impatient, this boss may suck for you. This is Barrier Robotnik, or Barrier Eggman, depending on what you want. This boss, once again, got plenty of showtime in the Let's Play, but I never properly introduced it. The laser will try to shoot you, it'll stop right before it shoots, so you can get out of the way, and after each shot into the flying battery, the walls will slowly close in on you. This boss is always a set amount of time, there's no fast or slow way to beat it, but I have glitched through the barrier before on the right to move on. This is the Hangmobile. This is the boss of Flying Battery Zone. This one is interesting. He'll start by swinging around a little bit, and you can jump into him when he's above. Otherwise, he'll just try to follow you below and hit the spikes into you when he's below the platform. But if you stand in the middle of his 2 spike circles, then he'll try to shoot you with fire. When you're playing as Knuckles, the fire will shoot always, no matter what. And if you're playing as Sonic, he'll swing up and around 4 times, or Knuckles it's 2, so it does take longer as Knuckles. Overall, it's just about making sure you don't jump too low or too high even. So just watch out for that, and this ball should not be that much of a problem for you. This is the big ice of this. I did kind of go over him before, but there's some of these stuff I did want to mention. So starting off, he'll start swooping down with these ice balls around him. You can't hit him here unless you're like that good. Not even with your Insta-Shield, I'm pretty sure, unless you're once again that good. He'll then, after he swoops to the left and then swoops back down and up to the right again, he'll launch the balls around him, and that's when you can hit him. But then the balls will start falling. The ice balls will start falling, and you have to dodge them. But right before they fall, he'll float up higher to make him just out of reach if you're using your Insta-Shield. The only way you can hit him then is with Supersonic, a Bubble Shield, or a Lightning Shield. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to tough it out and do it the long way. I'm pretty sure you can also hit him with Tails' tails, because I never went over this, but if you're flying with tails, your actual tails when you're flying, you will damage enemies and bosses, and that's how you're supposed to defeat the Marble Garden Zone boss, which is why I gave it a 5 out of 5, if you're playing with tails. Overall, not too bad, especially if you have certain shields or Supersonic. And last but not least, it's the Refrigerator Mobile. No, just kidding, it's the Freezer Mobile, but it might as well just be called that, really. Anyway, I definitely explained this guy well enough before, but I never gave him text on screen, so I'll give him one more explanation. It's gonna be a short one, though. Basically, he'll lower his platform down at the beginning of the fight, and that's how you're gonna be hitting him most of the time. Unless you can use your Insta-Shield well, once again. Otherwise, he'll try blowing Icy Wind on you to freeze you. And once again, like I did mention in Ice Cap Zone, if you wait too long in ice blocks and you don't get freed, you will take damage. This is one of the only benefits to having Tails with you. After 6 hits, the platform will break and it'll become even easier, as he'll lower down to the ground and try to blow on you from the bottom, onto your head, basically, and you can just jump into him on the front. So, it gets easier as it goes, and it even starts out pretty easy. Once again, not too bad. Sorry for taking so long with that, it's just I wanted to give these bosses the proper explanations they deserved. And not just like cliff notes, because if they don't have the text on screen, it just feels like they're way too underwhelming to be bosses to me. I don't do that with regular enemies because they're just the grunts, and these guys are the big boys. You know what I mean? So once again, sorry this took so long. It's added like another 5-6 minutes or so to the video. But you know what? If it means a more thorough let's play, I'll do anything. Alright, so I'm now going to bring you to Launch Base Zone itself, and actual text on the screen this time, alright? Thank you guys, I'll see you guys next time. Well, not next time, I'll see you guys in about 7 seconds. And then next time. Hello and welcome to the Launch Base Zone, the final zone of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, halfway point of Sonic 3 Knuckles, even more of the halfway point of Sonic 3 Complete. What you're about to see is about 30 seconds of me bumbling around like an idiot here trying to show that you can score infinite 1-ups here. But you have to be far enough to the right to still trigger the stupid thing. I learned that in a recent other playthrough. But I think I eventually just gave up on it. Unless I eventually figured it out. Yep, I figured it out, yeah. So you can get infinite 1-ups here, and better yet, if Tails is sitting there, then you can get even more 1-ups. And I decided to do that to break 1,000,000 points. So I waited almost 2 minutes, but it was worth it. I broke 1,000,000 points. We got a big ring there. Add 1 to that counter. And we're gonna go Super Sonic right away, because this zone is very dangerous. This is not an easy zone by any means. So, we're just gonna keep going on here. And it just occurred to me while thinking about other videos, I forgot to do the mini boss zone boss thing in the past 3 zones. Ooh, what's wrong with me? Now it's either going to be inconsistent in one way or inconsistent in another way. I'll leave that to my own time, alright? Right now we have this, these stupid things. I don't get them. They're like switches, but not really. I don't think they can hurt you, so it's not like they're any danger to you, ever. Oh, by the way, that version of Robotnik is a jerk. Also, normally you would wait there for the thing to spin fast enough for it to spin off and hurt you. Not hurt you, but enough for you to get knocked out. Gosh, I'm so bad waiting for Glow Ball. But you can just jump out of it and it's so much faster. I use that trick in my speedruns. So, definitely he is a very quick way to do things. Oh my god, I don't feel like watching more Glow Ball, and I noticed Let's Play's only half over, so there's more to come. I am almost sick of Glow Ball. That's weird, considering how lucrative and broken it is. Like, I have this route memorized. Like, who has that route memorized? The one I'm taking. Like, why? Tails, come on, be my rescue. Fox? No, he's not gonna grab that one up. I think it's far enough to respawn it. Nope, it wasn't. I'm just gonna get out of there. That's right, I just got out of that one. It's just like, I just wanna get back to Launch Base Zone. I like this zone. And I do. It's a very tricky zone, but I like it. I wouldn't have it any other way. We have a water shield and a ring and super ring. So, and I clicked out of the window for some reason here. I don't know why, but I did. Okay. There we go. I think that one was to check if OBS was still recording. Anyway. This zone can be pretty easy to get lost in if you're not paying too much attention. So, pay attention. There's my awesome advice for you here. Pay attention. Yeah. No better advice than it. And also there's a way to get that open. I think it's open by default, but by doing something with a switch, you close it. But I'm not sure. More of this. I decided to sit back a little farther so I'm actually more comfortable. And it's also almost 11 o'clock and I still haven't eaten breakfast. I need to work on that. My first video. Alright. I just hope I'm not too far away from the mic so you can't hear me. I just want to be comfortable right now, honestly. Yeah. There we go. I'm making more sense now for the video. Save that time. Alright, back in the launch space now. We have, oh, I almost hit those spikes. We'll try and hit that little booster. Imagine the little boosters from Chemical Plant Zone in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. That's basically what those are. Like, there is no difference. Except for their, how they look. Now that, I knew I would screw up if I were supersonic, but I didn't untransform before I jumped. And now, I'm pretty sure you guys know where I am now. All the way back over here, so... sometimes if you fall in the zone, you will have to backtrack. And that's really what a lot of the time you're going to take comes from. You move up a little bit. There it is, alright. So, yeah. Backtracking can be a huge time waster. And Tails, you're an idiot. Because I'm paranoid, I'm gonna put it on Supersonic again. I don't think I'm actually gonna keep doing this. I think this is more so to show the point scale a little bit. What am I doing? I don't need this. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I just wanted to have a little bit of fun with this. Just screw around a little bit. And be glad I hit backspace when I was playing this and sped that up so I didn't have to make you suffer. And I'm heading down here. There's a path similar to this to that in the next act. But this isn't the next act. I don't know why I skipped on that. I could have gotten some rings. That would have been real nice, but... Alright, before you finish this area, you're going to want to untransform. Because otherwise, you're going to be wasting a lot of rings in this cutscene. I didn't do it because I'm stupid. But... I feel that is an area I felt bad about skipping. Basically what happens is you saw Knuckles throw a bomb at us. And blew up the thing. I don't think you can fall off that. I think that's just sealed off now. And that's a slot machine bonus stage I don't want, so... Now we're gonna beat up on Eggman before fighting Split Hammers, I believe is what your name is. He's not too bad. He's actually really easy. He gets a 2 out of 5 just out of sheer annoyance, honestly. It's not even that difficult. See, I got hit once. It's not that bad. That was just me being incompetent. So... you should not have much trouble with him. Anyway, as I bounce around the sign a little bit and spin dash to the right, we finish Act 1. And remember what I said? I think this was the recording that made it back in Carnival Night Zone. If not, it was a failed recording. I mentioned that a lot of the original songs in Sonic 3, the ones that Michael Jackson had a big hand in composing, which were Carnival Night, Ice Cap, and Launch Base, the Act 2 versions are really just like the Act 1s, really, just with a little bit less, like, actual instruments in them. So, I don't know, it's weird. And Launch Space Zone and Ice Cap. Launch Space Zone especially is a very good example of that. If I had the regular music during Carnival Night, that would have been an even better example, but I didn't, so... Honestly, the only reason I was supersonic there so it was like a run up that ramp that had to do with spin dash. and get through those fire things. I remember those coming. Also, that Robotnik monitors there. Those only appear in the Sonic 3 version of the stage. If you really want to know the difference in the level maps, you can go to Sonic Zone Zero. Because I'm not pointing it out here, I don't want to. Yeah, they made some changes to the level maps in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And you can change between those if you want. So that's our option Sonic 3 Complete gives you. And I want to go back because I saw there was a shield there. I do want it. Alright, that's all I can say there. They saw that pole there where I got the shield. That one is... it's not a level object you get stuck on, it's more of like a foreground object, I guess. I don't know, like, how to describe it. It's in front of Sonic. Like, to me, there are 3 layers. The background, the foreground, because it's the opposite of the background, and, where Sonic runs. I have affectionately named that the level ground just for my convenience. So, that one pole was a foreground object, but there are a couple that are regular level objects, which I don't understand, but we're like a minute past that now. I don't know why I'm still talking about it. These things, there's not really much to talk about. They're really self-explanatory if you're just watching. Like those things, they can go up or down, and they can just take you different places. I mentioned that because, like I said, they can go up or they can go down. Also, that frog robot can, do his little... He has a few different forms of his bags. Also, it's worth mentioning, Tails cannot carry Sonic when you are in water. And I'm about to drown if, this stupid thing don't work right. Yeah. I got frustrated there. I remember that. And the last checkpoint was all the way back over here, so... Guess what? You gotta watch all this again. I think this time I did take a different path, I don't remember. I wasn't paying as much attention as I really should have been. That time I got lucky with the RNG of those, not the RNG, the placement of those. Friggin' Robotnik monitors, those are so evil. I like them in the Sonic 2 multiplayer as a bit of a risk versus reward thing if you wanted to get the monitor thing. But if you didn't want to keep your rings, you know. It made sense there. But here it doesn't make nearly as much sense. It's just to have as a trap, who knows. But you're never gonna fall for it twice. Like, I could get maybe once, if you want to hit it just to confirm your suspicions, right? But never twice. If you ever hit it again after the first time, it's going to be a complete accident, or out of extreme incompetence. Yeah, I'm getting hit a lot more than I remember I was. I knew this version, the Sonic 3 version of Long Space Zone, was a lot harder, but dang. They almost hit it again. Those things disappear periodically, and these little gate-looking things, they're lasers. They hurt you. It's not that hard to figure out. See, it's really hard to keep commentating with fresh stuff because we've already seen a lot of this part of the level. I drowned because of the stupid game, and I'm getting hit a lot. Oh my god. Alright, we're back in the water finally, so maybe... I don't know how to get... I think that is one of the Knuckles sections right there. And I don't even know what happened there. So, yeah, that's gotta be one of the Knuckles. You see, like, the bricks and stuff down there. There we go. I don't know what triggered it to work this time, or what I did differently that made it not work last time, but you know what? I'm fine. Also, those frog things are called Ribots, in case you wanted to know, because you have Orbinaut here. These guys are just legit Orbinauts and not like star pointers. And which is what they were in Ice Cap Zone, and Isidus in the Japanese version, which is why the mini bosses have big Isidus. But you wouldn't know that because you might not know that because of me not putting the text on screen. Alright, so here we have this. This is a very easy exploit you do when you're Supersonic here. You might be able to do it when you're a regular Sonic. But I don't know what triggers Tails to act like that, just to instantly let me go. Oh, I know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do the thing, but I think around here I'm starting to realize it's not going to work. So, basically if you're Supersonic, you can jump up there, like, over him, because your increased jumping ability. Yeah, I died. And, get there and just combo him to death while you're super. I want those rings. So, I forget what this guy's name is. Let me look. You see how his fight goes. I don't really need to explain it much longer. The only thing that's probably left to explain is his attack patterns. They're different, but they're very easy to memorize. I guess while we watch... is it already open? Oh, it's quick. Alright, and here we have... oh god, look who it is. It's Knuckles. He punches us, but things start rumbling. What's happening? He's about to fall into the water. If you can see... excuse me, if you can see... something's happening. What's happening? The Death Egg is launching. So we weren't fast enough to stop it before it started, but maybe we'll be fast enough to stop it from launching totally. Also, by the way, this is the that fight with that boss was called the Cannonmobile. Heard all that clicking? That was me going through my database of bosses and enemies. Hopefully it wasn't too overwhelming, but you know what? I wanted to tell you the name of this boss. This one I remember definitely. This is the Twin Laser fight. If you're a Supersonic, that fight is a joke. It already is a joke. Let's be honest here. Those who played it, it gets easier as it goes. See, look, now he can't even shoot me. The only thing I remember was that spike ball, but that's it. What's this? That would be if we were playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles. We're playing Sonic 3 Complete. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the final boss of Sonic 3 alone. The Big Arms. He reappeared in Sonic Generations on the 3DS version as the classic era boss, but he's here now. This is where he came from. And here's what he does. He'll swoop in from, I don't call it swooping in. He'll come from side to screen and start going upward. Where you can jump into him in this little gap there. Insta Shield is very useful for that, by the way, in that little gap. Right here. Very useful for that. If you get too close to his hands, he'll grab you, slam you down onto the platform, and then you'll take a hit. There are some points where you can hit him, like here, if you're good enough with spin dashing. But I wasn't able to get it first 2 times, so. You also hit him when he's going back up like that. But if you fail, he'll grab. I think if he grabs you, he'll immediately go into his flying above you state. Yeah, it looks like it. So, be careful. When he's down here, of course, when I jump over the spikes. And I was very easily able to hit him there. I just wasn't expecting it there. Once again, just your box standard 8 hits and he'll be down. I think that was hit number 6. Hopefully I'll be able to hit him on the way down here. I chickened out. I totally wasn't able to. There we go. There's it. And here comes the final hit. He is down. Alright, and that's the end of the launch base zone. Overall, very difficult zone, but it should be. It's the final zone of Sonic 3 alone. I love the difficult zones because of how good I am at this game. But, you see this platform on the Death Egg starts to explode a little bit. Surprise to the Death Egg itself, that starts to explode a bit. And if this were the end of Sonic 3, you would see the Death Egg explode in the background a little bit. Even though it doesn't really explode. But, you can see here, it's going to fall back down to Angel Island with us. It's going to land in a volcano. We're going to land in Mushroom Hill Zone, and that's where I'll see you guys next time. See you then.